What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you stopping by for the first time, if you see something that you like here today, please don't forget to subscribe at some point. Those of you stopping by that have been here before, welcome back to TLTG Reviews, my friends. Glad you came to see me. So, it's that time of the week. It's time for my weekly rotation. It's week number 31. Stay tuned. So starting off on Sunday, I just recently got some of the fragrances from this new smaller cologne house that's doing a lot of hybrids. I'm sure they'll be doing originals before you know it as well. Very good people that run the place. Very good fragrances. 3-in-1 Parfums. It's their blend of Aventus cologne and Bleu de Chanel. This stuff is extremely fresh and fruity. Now, I don't know if mine's fully macerated or because it's two lighter fragrances mixed together, even though it's an extrait de parfum. I did only get about 6 to 7 hours with it, which is no big deal, you know, but it's not the 10 to 12 hours that I was thinking it would be with an extrait. But for a fresh fragrance, now granted, I did go outside and was sweating for a while, so that probably made it burn off a lot easier, but this smells incredible. No wonder they sold out the first go round with it, because it's awesome. Illicit Sauvage is really good, don't get me wrong, but this is even better. This is my favorite blend that I've tried from them so far. This is why this is the first one that I gave a full wearing to from 3-in-1 Parfums. I'll actually link their Facebook group down below if you guys want to go check them out, maybe see what they have to offer and order a few things. But on Sunday, Aventus Cologne and Bleu de Chanel mixed hybrid. And then later that evening, when I got out the shower, it was time to shave, and I hadn't used my new Zaharoff shave soap yet. I did a video with the sample I had a long time ago, but this was the fully curated batch, so it smells a little bit different. It smells even better actually with the Cardinal base, and I used the new aftershave splash from Gentleman's Nod. And I gotta tell you, skin feel, your skin's gonna feel so smooth and soft afterwards with this. Does have a little bit of a sting to it, just like I like, has a little alcohol in it, but the scent profile is so strong, there's no need, especially late in the evening like that, no need to add a fragrance. So after my shower and shave was the Zaharoff aftershave splash. This stuff is incredible. I have Gentleman's Nod link below as well if you want to check this stuff out. So good. Get yourself a set if you're into wet shaving and traditional shaving and stuff like that. Gentleman's Nod makes some great products, and they have a license for the Zaharoff fragrance oil to use in some of their products, and I gotta tell you, it's top notch. Next, moving into Monday, I actually did a full review on this one this past week. I'll have that video linked at the end of this one. In my opinion, better than Sauvage Eau de Toilette. It's just smoother with the lavender from Prada, Luna Rosa Carbon. Some good stuff right here. I'm really digging this. This is one of my favorite pickups of the year. Oh man, look, I have nothing against Sauvage Eau de Toilette. As a matter of fact, I enjoy it, but Alt Farouche is 1-to-1 pretty much. It's almost 1-to-1. So I have no need to buy a bottle of Sauvage Eau de Toilette. I was debating on getting the Eau de Parfum, and I really wanted this for a while. So I ended up going this route. So now I'm thinking, when it comes to getting a bottle of Sauvage, I'm probably going to just do the Parfum. Give that one a go, because I do love the Parfum concentrations that Dior does. They're always deep and rich and full, and they perform well on my skin. So stay on the lookout for that. But Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, I believe, is a fantastic fragrance. I got above average performance to average. You know, it wasn't phenomenally mind-blowing, but the smell is incredible. Constant scent trail where people could smell me. And they're not super expensive from discounters. And that's Prada Luna Rosa Carbon. And then out the shower that night, standard stuff, usually a Nautica fragrance. Nautica Voyage Heritage. I love spraying these out the shower because they're cheap, they're fresh, they don't perform real well. Some of them perform decent, but when I get out the shower after a long day and just want something cheap and fresh to spray on, Nautica fragrances always do the trick, and that was Nautica Voyage. Moving into Tuesday, Another one of my fragrances that nobody really talks about. It was a limited edition flanker to a very popular DNA. It's Armani Code A-List. And I gotta say, if you like a fresher take, if you're looking for a fresher take on Armani Code, smells so good. And no, it does not smell like cologne. It doesn't. It's cologne is a blue fragrance with Armani Code DNA, basically. This is just a fresh Armani Code. Same dry down, pretty much, as the original Armani Code. Just freshened up top, a little extra citrus. Still performs phenomenal, smells great. More clean cut and polished version of the original Armani Code. If you see this one out in the wild, don't sleep on it if you like Armani Code, because this is a very, very good fragrance. And then out the shower that night, I was just in the mood for it. Boss Bottled Tonic. Another one that smells incredible, doesn't perform that well. Perfect out the shower fragrance for me. It's a fresh Boss Bottled. If you love Boss Bottled, you'll love the way this one smells. Like I said, doesn't perform that great, but it smells great. Out the shower that night, Boss Bottled Tonic. Moving into Wednesday, actually do have a full review coming later this week on this fragrance. It's another blue fragrance. It's from Jimmy Choo. It's Jimmy Choo Man Blue. You know, another one of those blue fragrances. Apparently, it's been brought to my attention that I'm big on blue fragrances. You know, quality fragrances. Ogun Williams, he actually made a comment on my Scent of the Day post for this, calling me the king of blue fragrances. I don't know if I would go that far, but when I started thinking about it, I do talk about a lot of mass appealing blue style fragrances. I guess it's just because of the profession I'm in, and it just makes sense to love these atomizers. Just makes sense for me to wear stuff like this. Groundbreaking? No. Pleasing scent? Sure, absolutely. Smells great. And I'll be doing a full review later in the week on this one, and that's Jimmy Choo Man Blue. And then later in the evening, when I jumped out the shower, was just in a mood for it. Haven't wore it in a long time. Another one that doesn't perform that great, the Eau de Toilette version of English Laundry, London. The fruity Aventus type smelling alternative. Smells great, just doesn't perform that well. That blackberry note. 3 to 4 hours at best with the Eau de Toilette. I get about 5 hours with the Eau de Parfum, which I do have that as well. I'm actually looking at it right now. It's on that bottom shelf. But decent fragrance. If you find this out in the wild, should you pick it up for 15 bucks or 20 bucks for a gift set? Sure, it's worth it at that point. Should you pay retail or online discount or $30, $40 range? I don't really think it's worth that. But if you can find this at the rack stores, it's definitely a good pickup for which you can get it at a Marshall's. And that's English Laundry, London. Moving into Thursday, this was a recent pickup that I gave a first wearing to on this day. And I gotta tell you, it performed better than I thought it would. It just kept going and going on my skin. Beautiful, beautiful tonka bean and vanilla. It's gonna be reminiscent of Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Prada Luna Rossa Sport. I love this fragrance. More than I thought I would. You know, I was thinking, oh yeah, I'm a dig it because I like Le Male, and I had never smelled it. This particular rendition before, it was a legitimate blind buy. I've always heard great things about it. And the opening reminds me a lot of Le Male, but the dry down is sweeter and much more blue. The blend is great on this one. It's very smooth all the way through. It's a pleasure to smell this on yourself all day. It just is. It doesn't project too much, but it doesn't just sit on the skin until, you know, several hours in. Prada Luna Rossa Sport, I get the long-term hype behind this one now. It's a good fragrance. It really is. I thoroughly enjoy the way this one smells on my skin. This is some really, really good stuff. And then out the shower that night, another Nautica fragrance. Nautica Blue Sail, my little half-ounce bottle. Little tiny sail. Love these Nautica fragrances for fresh out the shower. They're perfect. I don't have to waste any sprays on anything more expensive or stuff that I like to wear as a daily driver to work or evenings and stuff like that and events. Just throw on something from Nautica. And that night, it was Blue Sail. Moving into Friday, at this point I had started wearing, I had wore 2 Prada Luna Rossa fragrances already, so I figured why not? This is actually the safest, cleanest, most office friendly in the line. Why not wear this one too while I'm at it? the original Luna Rossa from Prada. I had already had this one, this 50 ml, and this is crisp and clean. A little musky from that ambrette, but the lavender in this one with that mint and orange up top is gorgeous. And as it starts to smooth over and calm down, that citrus orange, that bitter orange really starts to fade a little bit. The mint starts to fade, and that lavender is not overly soapy, but soapy, creamy, and smooth. Does not perform like it used to. Don't get me wrong, 5 to 6 hours at best. That was the range I get on it. Sometimes I get 5, sometimes I get 6. I know some people get less, but don't sleep on this one. If you're looking for a safe fragrance, and when I say safe, I mean something that's going to be pleasant, not project too much. It's not an overpowering smell, but if people do smell you, they're going to think you just smell fresh and clean, and it's an inviting smell. This is one of the safest office fragrances money can buy. You work in an enclosed setting, climate control, and you're just not that screaming projection, pronounced fragrance kind of guy, this would be a good one for you. And that's the original Luna Rossa. And then when I got out the shower that night, it was time for another shave. Old school vintage Nautica aftershave. This stuff smells great. It's, you know, like 20 years old, if not a little bit older. Still has its potency, still smells great. That alcohol sting that I like from aftershave just smells great. And that's the original Nautica, some aftershave. Then moving into Saturday, game day. So I had just dropped 10 fragrance flankers that get no love. And in the video I said I'd probably wear this, and I ended up wearing it. I ended up staying true with that. And that was Spice Bomb Night Vision. I figured why not? And you know what? I was in and out. It was very hot yesterday. I was doing a lot of sweating. This thing was projecting because of it. And it went like 9 hours until it really became a skin scent. And I was pushing it. My skin was hot and sweaty for half of the day, a third of the day at worst. It smells good. I wish more people would give this a chance because I think it's a good fragrance. I really do. It smells like Invictus with a spicy tone. I like Invictus. I like spicy fragrances. Why not Spice Bomb Night Vision? Just saying. More people should give it a chance. And then out the shower last night, caught my eye, so I sprayed it. The mild deodorant spray, cool water. Figured why not? Smells good. It's definitely a milder tone to cool water. It's not overly minty like the eau de toilette is. The DNA is there. Obviously it is cool water, but it's the milder, you know, it's a spray on deodorant, but it's great for out the shower because it doesn't perform real well. And it's nice and fresh. This is even fresher in my opinion than cool water, the eau de toilette. Well, that was the rotation for the week, guys. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate all the feedback. I love hearing from you guys. Kind of a mixed bag this week aside from the Prada fragrances, because once I wore one, I wanted to start wearing one after another. I did get Luna Rossa Black in. That was just, I debated on wearing that one to just go ahead and wear all the Luna Rossas that I had in one week and make it kind of a impromptu Prada week. But I sprayed it on my hand, which it wasn't the first time. I've sprayed it at a duty-free at Hobby Airport in Houston before. It's just, it was a little too sweet and heavy. I felt like getting hot and sweaty outside in 100-degree weather probably get really, really cloying because that's tonka bean and amber heavy. It's a heavy, it wears pretty heavy. It doesn't project too much, but I think it would in the heat. Prada Luna Rossa Black, probably not a good idea. So I went ahead and rolled with Spice Bomb, and I thought that could potentially be too much, but it ended up working out just fine. So what'd you guys wear this week? Let me know down in the comments. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these and you give them a spray now, you know the deal. Might end up thanking me later. Have a good one, guys.